Graduates, please be seated. First and foremost, I would like to say congratulations, class of 2019. We've had quite the ride getting to this point, and I wouldn't want to do it with any other class. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Ayana Hensley. I was granted the opportunity to give the moment of reflection speech. I wanted to speak on this podium today since the beginning of our senior year, so thank you guys for giving me this opportunity. When I first had this grand idea about talking in front of thousands of people, I was struggling with what to say. I didn't want to be generic, but I didn't want to be too personal. To my luck, I was scrolling through Facebook and I came across this story. Ironic that Facebook knew what I needed. Coincidence? I think not. Anyways, the story went a little something like this. There was a Christian lady who was diagnosed with a terminal illness and had been given 3 months to live. As she was getting her things in order, she contacted her pastor and had him come to her house to discuss funeral arrangements and her final wishes. She told him what song she wanted and what scriptures she would want read during the service. After a few more arrangements, she asked for one final thing. I want to be buried with a fork in my right hand. The pastor was a little puzzled by this request, and she gave him her explanation. In all my years of attending church socials and potluck dinners, I always remember that when the dishes of the main courses were being cleared, someone would always lean over and say, "Keep your fork." It was my favorite part because I knew something better was coming, like velvety chocolate cake or deep dish apple pie. Something wonderful and with some substance. I want people to see me there in the casket and wonder why I have a fork. Then I want you to tell them, "Keep your fork, the best is yet to come." I read through this story several times, but I decided it wasn't the message that I was trying to portray. It's a great story, don't get me wrong, but it's not us. I could summarize the story and tell you to shoot for the stars or go accomplish everything you've ever wanted because the best is yet to come, but in reality, that's not always true. Not everything in life is delicious as velvety chocolate cake. We'll make mistakes, we'll face challenges, and we'll even hit rock bottom. That's a part of life that everyone neglects to mention until it smacks us newbies in the face. Our generation has faced lots of things that the previous generations didn't get the burden of going through. Some of us have lost our closest friends because of their own thoughts. Some of us face anxiety issues because technology was a quick way to keep us complaining about boredom. I can thank my parents for making that statement a setup for a cleaning party. "Oh, you're bored? Great, grab the broom, let's get busy." We've overcome more in our 17 to 18 years than some of our parents could say they've overcome. We're tough because of it, we're determined because of it, and we're better equipped for life because of it. Through my trials and tribulations, I've held on to something that I want to encourage each and every one of you to carry with you from this day forward. It's a Bible verse that I'm sure some of you are familiar with, Jeremiah 29:11-13. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all of your heart. During the times of uncertainty, find your rock. When it seemed like there's no hope and the downfall is too much for you, I want you to remember that verse. It can be your constant in a state of chaos. Nothing will ever be easy, nor has it. Work for the life you want, work for the things you've waited years to get, and when you finally get it, that's when the best that everyone talks about has come. My best came after an influential person in my life told me I'd be a high school dropout, pregnant, and working at a quick shop. I'm here today, not only graduating at the top % of our class, but I get the honor of representing you all. I'm not only going to college, but I'm going to college for free. So I want to take this opportunity to thank that person. I want to thank them for giving me the motivation to be the exact opposite of who they wanted me to be. Work for the best in your life, guys. It makes this journey of life worth it. Thank you.
Good morning, friends and family of Dodge City. Today is the big day. One of my favorite things to do is watch movies, and more specifically, watch the Marvel comic movies. And I tell you, we're in the end game now. Throughout these movies is the idea that there are 6 key aspects of the universe. These are time, space, reality, power, mind, and soul. As I thought about what I would talk about today, I felt it would be worthwhile to consider how these 6 areas apply to our life as new graduates. First off, time. We all only have 24 hours every day. In this regard, we're all in an even playing field. We each have the same amount of time as everyone else. But what can and will set us apart is how we spend this time. This year, I took a weights class in school, and I can remember one day at the beginning of the class, my coach, Coach Rule, telling us that we should never skip reps, and we should never cheat ourselves. In weights class, it is so easy to make excuses like, oh, I'm tired, I have a tennis meet tomorrow, or even I'll get big another day. As I recall, Coach went on to tell us you all deserve to be the best person you can be, whether you believe it or not. And he also said you can't get back yesterday, so you need to make the most of your time today. As Kid President says, this is your time, this is my time, this is our time. Second, reality. In the words of the Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Thus far, our lives have been pretty straightforward. Wake up, eat, skip school, eat again, some TV, sleep, repeat. But tomorrow's a new day, our day. We've each overcome different things like pain, hatred, regret, awkwardness, the fear of failure, the fear of discomfort, the fear of judgment, everyday challenges, and even heartbreak to be here today, to be here who we are. Life after high school is going to be filled with the unexpected. We're going to make mistakes, but everything can and will work out. From a song I really like, it says, no matter what you've been through, here you are. No matter if you think you're falling apart, it's going to be okay. Let's choose to accept the challenges and trials that are going to come. Let's embrace reality with all of its ups and downs. This will be the future that lies before us, and it's going to be okay. Third, space. Space is all about going out of our comfort zone. One of the most important things I've learned in high school is that we should make the most out of every opportunity, even if they may be uncomfortable for us. I believe our comfort zones inhibit our growth, and by pushing these limits, we learn important lessons and gain the courage to try even more things. If you had asked me a couple of years ago if I would be up here giving a speech at graduation, it would have been a definite no. We must escape these self-imposed limits on ourselves and realize that achieving our dreams is worth being temporarily uncomfortable. Often we define ourselves using the words I can't. We can and we must. Fourth, power. In our society, it's common to blame our problems on someone else or something else. We tend to make excuses for not becoming what we say we want to become. As human beings, we are born with inalienable rights, the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I am so grateful to live in a country that protects these rights. I am so grateful for the men and women that have fought and died protecting this country and these rights. These rights give us a great power, and with great power comes great responsibility. The responsibility to take initiative over our own lives, to live the way we want to become and who we want to be. In life, we will face trials and difficulties that we don't get to choose, and these are just part of our existence. Let's not make excuses for what could be. Rather, let's choose to chase our passions and dreams regardless of our circumstances. Let's accept the truth that we have the power to make our lives whatever we want them to be. Fifth, mind. High school is over, but we should never stop learning. We've grown, but we should never stop growing. A great example of someone who has never quit learning and who influenced the world in his older age was Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin was born in 1706. He was an author, scientist, inventor, and diplomat. You all probably remember him from his experiments with electricity and the kite. But he was also the only founding father to sign all 4 documents that were key to the creation of our country. And he was 70 years old when he signed all of these. He was an extraordinary man. Be like Ben Franklin. Continue to use your mind and your intellect. Share your wisdom and your knowledge with others. Make each year better than the last. And last but not least, soul. Our soul is the heart of who we are. Find meaning in life. Don't just work to live. Find a career that you enjoy. Have a family. Serve people. Take chances. Chase your dreams. Never quit hustling. Never stop meeting new people. Never stop loving. Never stop dreaming. The person I admire most spent his life loving and serving others. He challenged me to do the same, and he promised that if I focused on serving and loving others, that my life would be happy and fulfilling. I found this to be true. Life isn't about money or about a career. It isn't about awards or recognition. Let's choose not to define our lives by the things society or culture emphasizes, but rather, let's choose to define our lives by how much we love and give and serve. These 6 areas, time, reality, space, power, mind, and soul, will play an important role in our lives, whether we choose to recognize it or not. I hope that we will recognize that we have the power to influence our future. Sadness and hard times will come, but regardless of the difficulties that lie ahead, let's choose to make each day great. Let's choose to accept and thrive in hard times. Let's choose to be uncomfortable and try new things. Let's choose to take responsibility for our lives. Let's choose to make learning a lifetime pursuit. Let's choose to focus on the things that matter most by loving and serving those around us. I moved here in the 3rd grade, and my mom told the story of me coming home from school one day, and she asked how I liked school here, to which I responded, "I don't know why, Mom, but I like this school better than my old one." I've grown to love Dodge City, and I'm proud to call it my home. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2019.
For the past year, you've heard my voice blur through the hallways and into classrooms during weekly announcements. But now, more than ever, this rings true. It's a great day to be a Red Demon. Many of us have been waiting 13 years for this moment, and now that it's here, we're filled with excitement, fear, and hope. It's that last word, hope, that I want to focus on today. La mejor manera de hablar sobre la esperanza es hablar sobre un viaje, uno que me llevó a pararme aquí, haciendo algo que algunos de los miembros de mi familia no pudieron hacer. The best way for me to talk about hope is to talk about a journey, one that led to me standing here doing something that some of my family members couldn't do. Mis padres se conocieron en Cargill a fines de los 90s. Qué romántico, ¿no? Bueno, larga historia corta, se enamoraron y el resto, como dicen, es historia. Mi madre es de Guerrero y mi padre de Veracruz. Y no fue hasta la secundaria cuando descubrí la historia de cómo llegaron a los Estados Unidos. My parents met at Cargill in the late 1990s. How romantic, right? Well, long story short, they fell in love, and the rest, as they say, is history. My mom is from Guerrero and my dad from Veracruz, and it wasn't until middle school when I found out the story of how they ended up in the United States. Mi madre vagó por las calles en Laredo, Texas, después de cruzar el puente, y terminó en Dodge City debido a su familia. Mi padre, por otro lado, vino a trabajar en las plantas como lo hicieron muchos inmigrantes antes que él. My mom wandered the streets in Laredo, Texas, and ended up in Dodge City due to family. My dad, on the other hand, came here to work at the beef packing plants as many immigrants before him did. Pero hay un detalle en su historia que nunca olvidaré. Mi padre llegó a Dodge City con un par de dólares a su nombre, lo suficiente para comprar algunas galletas duplex en la tienda de dólar, pero no lo suficiente como para pagar un lugar agradable para dormir. Finalmente encontró un lugar para dormir en la puerta de un refrigerador en el cobertizo del patio de un amigo. Vivió así durante un mes, sobreviviendo con galletas duplex, la única galleta que se niega a tocar. But there's one detail in his story that I will never forget. My dad arrived in Dodge City with a couple of dollars to his name, enough to buy some duplex cookies from the dollar store, but not nearly enough to pay for a nice place to sleep. He eventually found a place to sleep on a refrigerator door in a friend's backyard shed. He lived like this for a month, surviving on duplex cookies, the only cookie he refuses to touch. Sé que hay muchas historias como esta, algunas de las cuales pertenecen a nuestros padres, e incluso ustedes pueden tener sus propias historias. Estas son todas historias de esperanza que podemos honrar cuando nos dirigimos a nuestro próximo capítulo en la vida. I know that there are many stories like this, some of which belong to our parents, and even you may have a story of your own. These are all stories of hope, ones that we can honor as we head on to our next chapter in life. Sentados aquí en este auditorio, rodeados por las personas que nos aman y nos desean lo mejor, todos nos esforzamos por ser lo mejor que podamos ser, ya sea como un abogado, un enfermero, una maestra, un mecánico, un músico o incluso un padre o madre dedicado. Todos cumplen un papel crucial en la sociedad, más de lo que podemos imaginar. Sitting here in an arena surrounded by people who love us and wish us well, we're all striving to be the best we can be, whether that is as a lawyer, a nurse, a teacher, a mechanic, a musician, or even a dedicated father or mother. All fulfill a crucial role in society more than we can ever imagine. Aunque incluso cuando todos encontramos nuestro camino en la vida, no podemos olvidar los sacrificios que hicieron los que nos precedieron en busca de algo mejor, algo más grande que ellos mismos. Esto incluye inmigrantes cruciales para nuestra identidad como nación e individuos, maestros que han pasado incontables horas calificando trabajos y redactando planes de estudio, padres que trabajaron sin descanso en esas plantas y muchos otros que tienen un papel en tu éxito. Sacrificios dignos, pero sacrificios al fin y a cabo. Though even as we all find our way in life, we cannot forget the sacrifices that were made by those that came before us in pursuit of something better, something bigger than themselves. This includes immigrants crucial to our identity both as a nation and individuals, teachers who spent countless hours grading papers and writing up lesson plans, parents who went without rest to work at those God-forsaken plants, and many others have a role to play in your success. Worthy sacrifices, but sacrifices nonetheless. Ahora, es fácil para mí decir esto y que ustedes lo escuchen, pero implementarlo en la forma en que viven sus vidas no es tarea fácil. Sin embargo, si los que vinieron antes que nosotros pueden hacerlo, no hay nada en su contra que les impida alcanzar las mejores cosas posibles. Deja que la esperanza te guíe hacia la gloria. Deja que la esperanza sea tu estrella del norte. Cada decisión individual de aquí en adelante determinará hacia dónde te diriges. A los críticos les gustaría verte fallar en lo que sea que busques, pero si perseveras con la esperanza en mente, puedes lograr lo imposible. Now, it's easy for me to say this and for you to hear it, but implementing it into how you live your life is no easy task. However, if those that came before us can do it, there is nothing in your control that will prevent you from achieving the greatest things possible. Let hope guide you towards glory. Let hope be your North Star. Every single decision from here on out will determine where you head. Critics would like to see you fail in whatever you pursue, but if you persevere with hope in mind, you can achieve the impossible. A medida que nos dirigimos, nos enfrentamos a innumerables obstáculos, algunos de los cuales incluyen la inseguridad laboral, salarios estancados, deuda estudiantil, cambio climático e innumerables formas de discriminación. Somos la primera generación predicha para vivir vidas más cortas que nuestros padres y la primera en abordar problemas que nunca se han abordado. There are countless obstacles we face as we head out, some of which include job insecurity, stagnant wages, student debt, climate change, and countless forms of discrimination. We're the first generation predicted to live shorter lives than our parents and the very first to tackle issues that haven't ever been addressed. Sin embargo, persistiremos en exigir un mundo más justo e igualitario en el que la oportunidad esté disponible para todos, no solo para unos pocos. La esperanza nos llevará ahí para que los desafíos que existieron para nuestros padres y para nosotros no sean una barrera para el progreso en el futuro. Nevertheless, we will persist in demanding a fairer and more equal world in which opportunity is available for everyone, not just a select few. Hope will lead us there, so that the challenges that existed for our parents and for us are not a barrier for progress in the future. Ha sido un honor increíble caminar por los pasillos de Dodge City High School con un grupo diverso e inteligente de personas que lograron lo impensable. El solo hecho de sentarse aquí con su toga y birrete es prueba suficiente de que ya han roto las barreras destinadas a hacerlos que tropezar y renunciar. Hemos llegado hasta aquí y no nos detendremos pronto. Sean el cambio que desean ver y siempre superen las expectativas y nunca olviden, la esperanza nos trajo a este mundo y es a través de ella que hemos llegado a este momento. Y será la esperanza la que nos guíe a las estrellas.
Okay, so I had a couple of days to write this speech, but just like everything else senior year, I wrote this an hour ago, so let's see how this goes. Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming today to enjoy this awesome, long, and exciting ceremony. My name is Rachel Garcia, 12. I have been chosen to be our class historian, and it is an honor to be speaking and representing our memory lane for more than 400 of my amazing and talented classmates, the class of 2019. So let me tell you what happened in these long and dreading 13 years. Starting in kindergarten, where we needed to know our ABCs and learn how to count to 100 to pass the class. This was the moment where I thought to myself, I'm a genius. School is so easy. Yeah, I used to love school back then. Singing nursery rhymes around the circle carpet, learning step by step how to draw a stick figure. Throughout the years in elementary, we would sing in our school program, play shark in that rainbow parachute thing, have an entire school day playing games and competing with other classes, having birthday parties with cupcakes and candy. Now we blow our candles on top of a granola bar. Fun fact, about more than 95% of us during this time would color outside the lines. Now we're down to 75%. This shows our class is always making progress, no matter how long it takes. During these times, you didn't really care how you looked or dressed. Some of you didn't even care to shower. All you were worried about was going outside and play with your friends, but making sure you returned home before the streetlights came on. If not, you already knew your mom was waiting for you outside with the chancla in her hand. And I just want to say, we are also part of that generation to play outside. And to the parents out there, we didn't have phones back then either. As we finished elementary school, we head into our intermediate school, 5th and 6th grade. These were the last times to walk down the street, to have recess, and play in the public park. Shout out to my Comanche peeps. Also at this time, most of you started to play some sort of instrument and immediately regretted it right after it. Hairstyles were popping back then. Highlight streaks, colorful feathers. Then USD 443 decided that the following up year, we should switch it up to middle school. Thank you for taking a year of recess from us and our childhood. We really enjoyed being your guinea pigs. This was also the time we thought for the first time the world was going to end, in 2012. I don't know about you guys, but I was sleeping on New Year's Eve, hoping there wasn't going to be a huge meteor to wipe us out at midnight. Throughout middle school, we would wear our beautiful and amazing uniforms that we loved so much. But we tried to wear our spirit shirts as much as we could. These were also confusing times for some of us, thinking we had it all figured out, and telling our parents, it's not a phase. Or being in a relationship without even talking or acknowledging that person, but saying, I love you, to a relationship that lasted for 3 days. Some of us still have that problem. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance every day before class started, wearing our headbands and our elite Nike socks up to our knees, thinking we were so cool. Carrying our huge binders that were bigger than some of us around school. This was the time we tried new things, like sports, music, very thick eyeliner. Middle school was preparing us for high school. They were telling us that high school teachers are going to be strict, scary, and mean. I mean, they weren't wrong. As we head into high school, most of us thought it was going to be like High School Musical, singing and dancing on top of tables. But instead, you would be standing on top of tables to get a better view. Sorry, I can't say that. Freshman year included being called freshie, fresh meat, and other words that are in colorful language that I cannot say. Being the ones booed at pep rallies, some of us were so embarrassed, while some of us were pounding on our chests with pride. Sophomore year, no one really noticed you. You were just kind of in that awkward stage where you're not a freshman, but you weren't really an upperclassman, so you were just kind of there in the lower part of the food chain, hoping you weren't mistaken for a freshman. This was also the time we started to drive, legally or illegally. We'll never know. Starting a part-time job at your favorite restaurant and finding out how they made the food, and then never eating there again. One absolute perk of sophomore year was summer 2016. If you know, you know. Junior year, we started to get more comfortable and confident in the school. We were now part of the upperclassmen, always competing with our seniors at the time, who the better class was. But we all know who the better class was. I mean, they were too scared to go to garden. Shout out to Jack. Finally, senior year. We thought this year would never come. Now we're about to walk the stage. Throughout our 4 years, we have accomplished many things, from winning WAC titles, regionals, and even some state championships and other awards. And oh yeah, bringing the hatchet back home. Having some of our classmates prove that anything is possible if you truly work for it. Wanting it no matter what the problem is, or situation, or background that you are in. As years went by, we were trying to find ourselves, our voice, and a way to stand out. Friends would come and go. Some of them would be a blessing to have them to be part of our life, as well as a lesson. Some friends never left. These guys are also known as brother. We started to get involved in new clubs, meeting new people, and being passionate about what we did and how we did it. We also were proud to represent Dodge City and what it means to be a Red Demon. After today, we will go our separate ways. WSU, K-State, KU, Fort Hays State, Washburn, McDonald's. Throughout these years, we have grown together, laughed together, and cried together. I can keep talking about what we have done throughout the years, but we all know what the class of 2019 has accomplished. The only advice I can give is always know where you came from. Always remember that you are braver than you believe, stronger than you dream, skip the line. Stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. Go confidently in the direction in your dreams and live the life you've always imagined. Well, that's all I got. I bet more than all of you want this ceremony to be over. So with that, I'd like to say, congratulations, class of 2019. Global warming is real, water is wet, make sure you vote, Thanos is dead, and love you 3000.
Very nice. Good morning, soon-to-be graduates, and welcome family and friends. What an honor it is for me to serve as your superintendent and be a part of this celebration today. Now, I can tell several of you are still nervous, and I want to share with you that I too was extremely nervous today. Last night, when all that goofy weather was going on and things were getting a little shaky and rocking and rolling, I thought, how ironic would it be Possibly the only senior class in the state of Kansas that had 0 snow days couldn't have their graduation because of the weather. I lost sleep over that. I worried about it, but here we are, so let's make it happen. All right, as we begin, I would like to acknowledge and introduce many that have joined me on this stage today and are a part of your celebration. I want to recognize members of the school board, district administration staff, and as I call your name, please stand and remain standing until everyone's name is called. Audience, please hold your applause until the end. With us this morning, Board of Education Vice President Tammy West, board members Ryan Osmus, Jamie Lewis Gonzalez, Jeff Hires, Tracy Rankin. Also here, Deputy Superintendent of Curriculum Instruction, Dr. Scott Springston. Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Education, Tammy Nedler. Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education, Matt Turner. Director of Human Resources, Dr. Ramona Nance. Director of Management Information Services, Ray Whiff. Please join me in thanking these people for their commitment to the students and staff. Class of 2019, 436 strong. 436 families that are here with you that have been a part of this. Take a deep breath. Look around. Take this moment in. There's a lot of people here. I'm going to make 2 assumptions right now. You will remember this day the rest of your life. I want you to know also that the chances are collectively you will never be together again. The magnitude of that is huge. The accomplishments of what you've done are great. We're proud of you, and that's why we're here. All year long, the emphasis at Dodge City High School has been be the creed. Be honest. Some of you didn't even know what that meant when it first came out. But we stuck with it. And your coaches and your teachers talked about it, and they made it apply to your life. We had posters on the wall, we had signs, we had cards. And the tenets and the characteristics of Be the Creed were competitor, character, integrity, trust, community, attitude, conduct, respect, sacrifice, I do not give up, team, and finally my favorite, I am Dodge City. You demonstrated that throughout the year with the leadership of this senior class. We have one of the most feared soccer teams in the state of Kansas. We had a drill team performance that went viral and also got to perform at a National JUCO tournament in Hutchinson. We had a state forensics qualifying team that are now on their way to nationals. We had a school-wide lip dub that was cool and was viral. We had state champions in wrestling. We had one of the best wrestling teams in the state. We had WAC champs in boys and girls, cross country and track. I said boys and girls, cross country and track. We have the pride of Southwest Kansas being invited to perform at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. We have one of the best programs in the state in the arts. We have scholar athletes, we have academic scholarships, and I'm sure I'm leaving some out, but the one I'm not forgetting to get is that we brought home the hatchet. So what I'm telling you today is when you get that diploma and you leave, it is no longer be the creed. Seniors, you are the creed. You're the next ones up for Dodge City. You're the representation of who we are. You're going to go out, whether you get a job, you find a pathway, you find a college, you find a career, you are Dodge City. Thank you and congratulations. It is my honor to introduce our guest speaker, the Lieutenant Governor for the state of Kansas, Lynn Rogers. Lynn Rogers is a businessman and a former school board member for Wichita School District. He served as a state senator and now is our lieutenant governor. Lynn spent 35 years traveling Kansas as an agricultural banker. He served on the school board starting in 2001. In 2016, he was elected to the state senate. He is here today with his wife, Chris. He is a supporter of public education, and I want you to welcome Lieutenant Governor Lynn Rogers.
Good morning. This is an outstanding view of the class of 2019. I want to just let you know what a privilege it is for my wife and I to be here today to honor you. Also, in the seats around it, all the family members that are here to honor you, it is quite a privilege. And I want to thank those family members for your support of these students for the past 13 years. We know you've had other choices, and we've appreciated your support of public education here in the state of Kansas. The second group I'd like to acknowledge is our teachers, not just those who serve in the high school, but those that have educated you from kindergarten on up. Public education in Kansas would not be who we are without the hard-working teachers that come in each and every day and give their lives for our Kansas students. And then finally, I want to congratulate each and every one of you in the class of 2019. The Governor Kelly and I are very excited for the future that Kansas has because of you. We're excited because you will be the leaders of our businesses, the leaders of our communities, the leaders throughout the state. You are the future of Kansas. So congratulations, and thank you very much for allowing me to be here for just a little part of your day. Thank you.
Audience members, I would ask that as we transition the stage to start the process of presenting diplomas to the seniors, that you give every opportunity for everyone, the 436 students in front of me, to have the opportunity to have their name heard. So if you brought a noisemaker, an air horn, or anything of that nature with you, please keep it tucked away, use it later. Every one of these students have earned the opportunity for their parents, their family, their friends, and their student body to hear their name in their one moment of spotlight this morning. Thank you. Seniors, it is now time for you to prepare to receive your diploma. First row, would you please stand?
Let's go. Ruben Anthony Acosta. Alejandra Chantel Adame. Altagracia Adame Santana. Leonel Awalip Velasquez. Estefania Alarcón Hernandez. Fernando Jose Alarcón Portillo. Oliver Alba Dominguez. Christopher Mark Moore Albarron. Alexis Alvarez. David Amador. Destiny Alexa Amaro Hidalgo. Juan Carlos Anaya Gomez. Angelica Andazola. Israel Andazola Robles. Jordan Lee Anderson. Anna Esther Andrade. Joseph Andrade. Jose Manuel Anguiano. Maria Corina Aparicio Carlos. Valeria Aranda. Crystal Ajarojo. Ruben Arcos. Emily Danae Armentrout. Jonadab Armenta. Madison Nicole Armstrong. Adolfo Angel Arroyo Alba. Gracia Priscilla Arroyo Covarrubias. Mark Anthony Arzaga. Jonathan Jace Ayala. Jade Rochelle Bamberger. Jasmine Cecilia Ann Barajas. Nina Marie Barker. Julissa Barraza Avila. Stephanie Barrientos de la Cruz. Jesus Becerra. Mateo Barnaby Mateo. Tommy Bernadak. Diana Barundo Talamantes. Chris Botello. Christian Allen Michael Brakey. Israel Bravo. Jesse Cole Brummett. Cindy Vu Bui. Canon David Bunkle. Daniel Gerardo Bustamante Celerio. Jordans Cabrera Bordelois. Guadalupe Calderon Jr. Alexis Calderon Perez. Keenan Allen Camacho. Diamond Carvajal. Merea Cardenas. Omar Carlos. Vanessa Carlos. Roman Carmona. Emily Navarrete. Marco Carrillo. Michaela Ray Carrillo. Victor Manuel Carrillo. Brittany Casado Soto. Josue Castillo Carmerillo. Rebecca Castorena. Jacqueline Castrillon. Angel Adrian Castro. Cassandra Castro Ferrer. Diana Maribeth Castro. Juan Gerardo Castro Hernandez. Kaylee Michelle Cavender. Robert Edward Cavan. Esmeralda Cayetano Ocampo. Moses Andres Cervantes. Angel Cervantes Ramos. Angel Chavez. Elias Guadalupe Chavez. Luis Angel Chavez. Elizabeth Chavez Ramirez. Christian Cherry. Wyatt Andrew Childress. Ryan Claringbold. Clayton Anthony Cruz. Jasmine Leticia Cruz. Leshmarie Cruz Toro. Luis Manuel de la Cruz Morales. Brian Del Angel Perez. Macy Delgado. Joanna Yezeth Diaz Melchor. Jessica Dimas Martinez. Alondra Teresa Dominguez. Dario Navid Dominguez. Natalia Dominguez. Ana Laura Dominguez Pacheco. Avery Christine Donaldson. Omar Don Juan. Curtis Ryan Dressler. Private First Class Bruce Duarte. Haley Durr. Nathaniel Enriquez. Juan Enriquez Rios. Mary G. Inyart. Caleb Mason Ernst. Jenny Escalante. Jose Ricardo Estrada. Carla Alicia Estrada Lopez. Zubia Estrada Valles. Guillermo Axel Farias Arce. Josue Farias. Alyssa Fernandez. Juan Fernandez Rubio. Reagan Dawn Field. Marcos Fisher. Alfonso Flores. Joseph Marcus Freeman. Mackenzie Frericks. Lindy Ray Fry. Brianna Galindo. Julian Raul Galindo. Elizabeth Gall. Alina Maria Gallardo. Omar Galvan Gomez. Carlos Javier Gamboa Sanchez. Alexandra Garcia. Jana Lila Garcia. Natalie Allegra Garcia. Rachel Hetsamini Garcia. Raymond Garcia. Oscar Josue Garcia Castro. Emmeline Betsabe Garcia Gutierrez. Tamra Garcia Rojas. Victoria Jazmin Garcia Unsueta. Nancy Gaspar Lopez. Angela Godoy Perez. Alex Lee Gomez. Thalia Lorena Gomez. Evan Tyler Gonzalez Darvel. Aide Jacqueline Gonzalez. Georgie Gonzalez. Kate Gonzalez Cortez. Mauricio Israel Gonzalez Marin. Priscilla Gonzalez Herrera. Antonio David Gorostiza. Allison Gotera. Catherine Cheyenne Greenleaf. Olivia J. Gregg. Erin Olivia Gross. Dasmi Yulisa Guevara Gonzalez. Carlos Manuel Gutierrez Castro. Rafael Guzman. Sarai Guzman. Angel Guzman Rodriguez. Jeffrey Alton Hager. Colton Wesley Hands. Morgan Rose Harvey. Samantha Tammy Jean Hahn. Lorenz Henneke. Quentin Lloyd Henry. Ayana Lee Hensley. Ashley Lizette Hernandez. CJ Hernandez. Jesus Julian Hernandez. Jonathan Panagua Hernandez. Yolanda Marie Hernandez. Fernanda Elizabeth Hernandez Carcamo. Alejandra Hernandez Facio. Adriana Hernandez Guerrero. Magali Hernandez Ippolito. Alexander Michael Hernandez Niave. Esmeralda Hernandez. Aaron Eloy Herrera. Dulce Herrera. Moises Herrera. Giselle Herrera Resendez. Cassandra Hidalgo Lopez. Jorge Manuel Hernandez. Diana Eppolito. Hayden Hickson. Camry Howard. Rebecca Grace Howarth. Vanessa Elizabeth Hurtado. Daniel Hurtado. Mauricio Miguel Ibanez. Juan Manuel Ibanez Rivas. Cody Michael Ibarra. Miguel Angel Ibarra Roman. Alexa Page Ilk. Daniel John Interman. Rosicela Itzep Palma. Jennifer Delane Jardin. Jael Elijah Johnson. Lucia Jose Pablo. Kelly Juarez Regalo. Madeline Sue Kalsher. Shiza Kashif. Caden Allen Kerr. Aria LaRue Nedler. Trevor Lampy. Sergio David Landeros. Nancy Landeros Huerta. Alexandra Batista Lara. Canyon James Laskowski. Agustina Marie Liel. Mackenzie Lee. Diana Rosabel Limas Martinez. Karina Leon Gonzalez. Brady Robert Lynn. Leonardo Lira Olguin. Kyler Allen Linton. Alexis Loera. Aislene Loera. Imanol Loera. Tristan Lomas. Harley Elizabeth Long. Caitlin Monet Looney. Lorenz D'Angelo Looney. Alexander Lopez. Damaris Lopez. Juan Carlos Lopez Jr. Wendy Leticia Lopez Agustin. Paola Lopez Olguin. Evelyn Lopez Rodela. Reagan Jean Lopp. Montel Eugene Love. Anthony Loya. Lucy Lozana Alba. Yuvia Isabel Lugo Batras. Kendra Luan. Ricardo Lux Jose. Catherine Macias Ibarra. Ivan Fabian Matarriaga. Samuel Anthony Madrid. Peyton Nicole McGurk. Emmanuel Benito Manriquez Corona. Daniel Romero Marina Molina. Javier Alonso Marquez. Oscar Alejandro Marquez. Zahela Yahaira Marquez Perez. Alma Delia Marquez Robles. Jacqueline Martinez. John Martinez. Silent Martinez. Abby Martinez Cuevas. Esmeralda Martinez. Jessica Jasmine Martinez Riojas. Litzy Martinez. Torgay Marzo. Julian Jesus Mayagayota Contreras. Armando Jaquan Mayorga. Sierra Faith McCain. Samuel Michael Mead. Sharik Marlene Medina Mendez. Arlene Blanco Medrano. Julia Mendrano. Justin W. Melia. Eleazar Mendez. Julian Mendez Cortez. Christian Mendez Calderon. Adrian Isaiah Mendoza. Sarah Anahi Aguilar. Clarissa Elaine Mendoza. Marcos Meza. Benjamin Kabibi Mihail. Jorge Luis Millan Mario. Juliet Raven Marie Miller. Talia Moles. Gabriel Montilago Jaquez. Adrian Morales. Janie Yvette Morales. Vanessa Maria Morales. Luisa Morara de Armas. Lizette Moreno. Alan Olaf Muniz. Luis Roberto Munoz. Julissa Murillo. Jaden Joseph Now. Gil Antonio Niave Ramirez. Jose Negrete. Dabin No. Alondra Ochoa. Evelyn Ochoa Garcia. Azina Okoro. Yuvicela Olivo. Cassandra Renee Ontiveros. Alicia Ordonios Lux. Delaney Joanne Ormord. Mia Orn. Francisco Angel Orozco Rojas. David Glenn Orso. Cindy Ortega. Julio Jesus Ortiz. Jessica Ortiz Ariola. Maria Osorio. Aden Manuel Osorio Larios. Ashley Adriana Padilla. Juan Francisco Peña Mendoza. Jacqueline Perez. Jennifer Perez. Jeremy Perez Calvo. Leslie Perez Velasquez. Shelby Brianne Peterson. Tade Matthew Pike. John Marshall Pinkerton. Tyler David Pippinger. Emily Janae Piper. Chutamat Plumtuk. Maria Ponce Castillo. Petrona Pu Shorshi. Cristina Quezada Leon. Ruby Quezada Valadez. Tomasa Quicksand Granillo. Alexander Ray Ramirez. Brandon Manny Ramirez. Eric David Ramirez. Carlos Brian Ramon Diego. Ishmael Ramos. Araceli Ramos Velasquez. Medeli Paola Rangel Calderon. Alejandro Rangel Lopez. Marco Raul. Luis Alberto Raigoza. Arturo Redondo. Jenny Coralina Renteria. Cesar Andres Resendez. Brittany Reyes. Valeria Reyes. Ashley Cassandra Reyes Vega. Destiny Elaine Rhodes. Hannah Renee Rich. Joseph James Riojos Martinez. Odarik Ripolles. Jocelyn Samantha Rivas. Ryan Tate Robertson. Leslie Ann Rodella Sosa. Andy Rodriguez Cayetano. Anahi Nicole Rodriguez. Esther Rodriguez. Jose Rodriguez. Liliana Rodriguez de la Torre. Delia Rodriguez de Leon. Manuela Rodriguez Santiago. Christopher L. Rojas. Eileen Rojas. Luvia Rojas Romero. Anthony Romero. Crystal Romero Diaz. Jaime Ruiz. Jose Ruiz. Ramiro Omar Sainz Leon. Amy Nayeli Samaniego. Hayden Elizabeth Sanchez. Giovanni Sanchez. Sergio Antonio Sanchez. Andy Sanchez de Loya. Michelle Sanchez Sotelo. Natalie Sandoval. Vanessa Sandoval. Lara Cecilia Santos. Joshua Ronald Schneeweiss. Brandon Eugene Scott. Damian Emilio Cerna Graben. Savannah Grace Shiflett. Kevin Cifuentes Salazar. Katia Isabel Silva. Darian Yahir Silva Romero. Jaron Sins. Bowen Smith. Sadie Mae Smith. Steve Solis. Jesus R. Solis Landa. Hector Solazano. Ruben Myers Soltero. Daniel Soriano. Jaden Joaquin Soriano. Amy Sosa. Noah Patrick Sowers. Luke Steckline. Caroline Cook Stevenson. Melanie Michelle Suarez Torres. Michelle Tarango Oliveras. Mona Alhaj Haisin Tia. Carlos Teletor. Juan Tercero Aguilar. Joshua Angel Terrazas. Marissa Christine Terrian. Talon Thomas. Rosalinda Tino Larios. Ashley Nicole Torres. Gabriel Torres. Alex Christopher Trent. Eduardo Javier Uquidi. Vince Alexander Valadez. Libni Waldemir Vanegas Cruz. Amethyst Marie Vargas. Jacqueline Deanne Vargas. Jose Vasquez. Elena Corinne Vega. Ramses Macario Vela. Magdalena Velasquez Lorenzo. Freddy Eduardo Velasquez Ortiz. Juan Carlos Velasquez. Monica Velasquez Medina. Kevin Vilez Ponce. David Gilberto Vicente Chavez. Maricela Vicente Pol. Crystal Hope Villasin. Gabriela Catalea Villagrana. Jose Luis Vital Perez. Coy Marshall Wild. Quest Don Weller. Morgan P. Wenzel. Alec White. Caroline G. Williams. Savannah Grace Wilson. Blaine Winans. Juan Manuel Zamora. Alexander Zenila. Nayeli Zapata. Federico Zuen.
Graduates, would you please stand? Honor escorts, please move forward. Graduates, at this time, please move your tassels. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce to everyone the graduating class of 2019 from Dodge City High School. Okay, go ahead, go.